So let's start here. As I said, Kelvin will be joining us. We want to get plenty of your phone calls to get involved with this. And there are a lot of angles to this. Obviously, and it kills me today, all these analysts who all had them going to the finals now have used the term, oh, they got a flawed roster. Oh, this didn't go right and the players didn't do that. Yes, and all the excuses, and I want to make excuses for J.J. Redick. And remember, they had a great defense during the season, and he had turned that around and all those other things. And on a night when Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, shot 5 for 19, 0 for 11 from 3. Guess what? The Timberwolves still won in L.A. at Crypto.com Arena. Yes. How is that possible? Ant-Man had a terrible game. And you had Luka and LeBron and you could not win? Disgraceful. Do not let the Lakers off the hook. Do not let all of these talking heads, radio loudmouths, all these people who were beating a drum. ESPN.com asked their NBA reporters and writers who were they going to pick in this series. And I believe it was 11 people. They all picked the Lakers. All of them. And now, of course, the Lakers have a flawed roster. That's the way to try to save face and try to protect LeBron James. Because, of course, whenever he loses, it's because they have a flawed roster.
Who, me?
And because of the coach isn't good, right? Darvin Ham was the problem. And they went out and got J.J. Redick, who had no experience. And he's going to learn on the job, who blew game 4 when he played the same 5 players the entire second half, who didn't make any adjustments. Did you see Rudy Gobert? Or should I say Will Chamberlain? 27 points, 24 rebounds. Hello, is this on? 24 rebounds in a playoff? There was nobody there. No rim protector. We talked about it. I told you time and time again, I didn't buy into the Lakers. Do you remember? They were asking me to apologize to J.J. Redick because the Lakers were rolling when they got Luka. Oh, my God, they stole Luka. Did you see Luka standing there on defense like a statue? People blowing by him left and right. The Timberwolves attacked him because, yes, he can score points, but he gives them up on the other end. Nico Harrison, you guys dragged that dude, the GM of the Mavericks, through the mud. He stinks. How could he make that trade? Nico Harrison slept like a baby last night, saying that this is what he was talking about to win a championship. You got to play some defense. You can't play just one side of the court. And my biggest point of all in saying all of this is very simple. In LeBron James' last 3 appearances in the playoffs, the last 3 with the Lakers, he is now 2-12. 2-12. 2-12 with Anthony Davis and 2-12 with Luka? Really? So he's had AD and Luka on his squad, and he's 2-12 in the NBA playoffs. And he looked all of 40 last night. I got one message to LeBron James. A, you deserve all of this because you keep messing around with the teammates, the roster. At least you won a championship with AD. Messing around with the roster, messing around with the coaches. Told Darvin Ham, who took you to the Western Conference Finals and won an in-season tournament, you'll hang a banner. He was no good. You get your podcast partner, J.J. Redick, with no experience. And guess what? He got out-coached and looked terrible. And you can point to J.J. Redick, but the bottom line remains LeBron James should retire. Pull the plug. 40 years is enough. You're 40 years old. How long do you want to play? You want to keep losing? You want to not get to the point where you're not even making the playoffs? Is that the end game? LeBron, stop it already. What are you trying to do? Because if you think the longer you play, you're actually going to get closer to Michael Jordan, I'm here to tell you, the longer you play and the more you lose, the worse off it gets. Most people don't think that you're the GOAT anyway. But after these last 3 years, how can anybody in their right mind think LeBron James is the GOAT when he's 2-12 and been knocked out of the playoffs in his last 3 first rounds? Really? Is that where we are? Come on, man. Stop it. Pull the plug. Even Tom Brady eventually had to just pull the plug. Pull the plug on it. It's ugly going to fugly. Enough. Oh, wait till next year. You think he's going to get better defensively or have more energy in the fourth quarters as he gets older? It doesn't even make sense to me. You don't get better when you get older. You get slower, and more tired. Go rewatch the tape and watch the game from last night. It was bad. The time has come. And if LeBron can't do it, I hope he has some friends or minions or maybe even his family to say, hey, it's time to come on home. You've done enough. What more do you want? Alex, am I crazy or not?
No, Rob. Do you want to know why? It's funny because if you look at the historic history of the Lakers, what's the one thing that they're subserviently always abiding by? Stars, right? They let Kobe play as long as he wanted, have his whole final farewell season, and of course he's done a lot for him. But when do you cut your losses, correct? And so the thing with LeBron that actually makes me laugh, you've said everything correct. What has he really done for the Lakers? Truly. He won a Disney championship when nobody was able to play in front of fans. Congratulations. You played in a fake arena with fake fans with nobody around. Good job. What have you done when it actually counts? Where have you been to show anything? And this is the funniest thing is he's complained since day one when you say about coaches. It's funny. Look it up. Dude, I literally looked this up. Oh, Walton's the problem. Let's get rid of him. So then Vogel comes in. They win a championship. Mickey Mouse won. Let's keep him around for 2 years. Oh, they start sucking again. We got to get rid of him too. Here's Darvin Ham. Oh, again, we suck and we keep losing. So now it's got to be J.J. Redick, right? I just don't think it's kind of conceptually understandable by sports fans that we're just allowing the image of LeBron James to dominate whatever he wants now. And it's funny because it's we're looking up to an old man who's past his prime. And we're still sitting here saying he's the best in the world. Yet you just said Ant literally did nothing and they won. Isn't that insane?
And they won in L.A.
And then he walks
in
around.
a closeout game.
Yes. And then he walks around L.A. saying, I sent y'all home.
Did you see that video?
It's
right,
insane.
on social media.
And nobody's
he was walking the streets of L.A.
and Rob
saying, I sent y'all home. And everybody was saying, oh, the Lakers in 5. Not even a close series. The Lakers in 5 mean a whitewash, that they were going to bum rush them, that they were going to roll over them. And the idea that that's where they are.
Isn't that wild?
So you got to retire, Rob? Somebody says Rob's articles, they don't hit the same. Rob on the radio, it don't hit the same. You got to retire? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Rob don't write like he did
you don't
in
have to retire
1992.
when you're 40 years old playing in the NBA and you can't defend anybody and you can have the same thing happen over and over and you play a fourth quarter where you get no points. That is not the LeBron James that we know. Come on, man. You know it. I know it. And to continue to watch this is crazy.
He doesn't have to retire. What he has to do is acknowledge that he can no longer be the best player, and to be on a championship caliber team, he can't even be the second best player. That's just not a reality to be able to depend on him at this point. You mentioned on the defensive end of the side of the ball. Absolutely, you're right. And if you're Rob Pelinka, you can't pair a 40-something-year-old who can't defend like he used to with a guy in Luka who doesn't defend. And while you go more on LeBron, mine is more on Luka. This has to be Luka's 1984 for Magic. Loses to Bird and them in the finals. They called him Tragic Magic. And he said, you know what? I'm not as good as I think I am. I have to get better. and he dedicated himself to his game, to his craft, and got a bag of new tricks, started shooting the jumper more, knocked down free throws, that has to be Luka. Luka, you've been good. Good to great. You got to lock arm to arm. LeBron, what do you do to get in shape? No going home. You got 2 weeks to go home, and that's it. You got to come back. You have to work out. You have to invest. You have to get better. You don't always have to start the offense from 40 feet away from the basket. How about you go back to the Kobe, Carmelo, Paul Pierce, Tracy McGrady, Kobe Bryant, all those guys who start at the elbow. Why does Luka always have to be dribbling a million times at the top? And to me, Luka has to say, I'm the 25-year-old entering his prime. I'm the new face of this franchise. I have to be better. I can't be coming down, always breaking down at the end of the season. I have to put in and become better. I'm Michael Jordan. You got a bunch of scoring titles. You fly through the air. You got a couple of dunk contests, but you ain't beating the Pistons. And he went away. What did he do? He got stronger. He got better. He figured it out. And Luka, this is his figure it out season to me. You're good. Luke, we all know how good you are. But can you become that next level of greatness? And to me, that's what this summer is for me. Dedicate yourself. Lock into the gym. Not just, I shoot and I'm shooting. No, lock into everything so you can get to that level of greatness that we believe you can. And Rob Pelinka, yeah, you landed the big shark, the big whale in Luka, but we all literally knew, even those who thought they could win the series, all knew they didn't have enough up front. They weren't big enough.
That's BS. How can you sit here and say, after all these people picked them to go to the finals, now because they lost, they don't have enough?
No, because two things.
You're speaking out. No,
Rob,
two things can't be the same.
Yes, they can.
No, it's not.
Rob, you can know something.
You picked them.
Rob,
you said they were coming back from. They were going to win the next 3 games.
Two things.
How did you go to that? To that they don't have enough.
Well,
you said that yesterday.
The picking is 7. That was me just teasing, saying the Lakers and Pistons in 7. That was a whole different thing. But they absolutely, we all knew they needed size. That's why everybody was excited they got Mark Williams. Size was never a question. You just assumed, not literally you, Rob Parker, but one would assume, well, Luka and LeBron, and obviously Austin Reeves, you can be enough. Size was always needed. But I agree, there's no way you can let Rudy Gobert look like Rudy Abdul-Jabbar. That is just blasphemous. That you absolutely can't have that. So they absolutely have to find a remedy for that at some point, because that is problematic. Now, the last point I'll make, Rob, real quick for me, when you and I made our preseason picks, who's going to the NBA Finals? I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, you had the Nuggets and the Celtics. I had the Timberwolves and the Celtics. And I didn't expect them to beat the Lakers. I'm not gonna sit up here in front of you. But the reason I picked the Timberwolves originally is because of what I expected them to do the last 25 games they've played.
Yeah, but given that, you still didn't pick them when the series came around.
Right, because
you believed that the Lakers had enough.
You believe that Luka. I was about to say, I'll one up you. You're right. You can take out the Luka and LeBron.
I know. You and everybody else. Hook, line, and sinker.
And they
LeBron
were right.
ain't the same guy. And
I agree with that.
Now you're looking when Nico Harrison talks about you need defense to win championships, and everybody mocked him and all that about Luka. Luka don't look as great as he did before he came on this trade or last year. He doesn't. When you watch that game last night, there ain't no way you can look at that and go, he's going to get better defensively? You really believe that?
No, but
he's 25 going on 35.
And that's where we fundamentally disagree. I don't need him to be better if I'm building around that. I've named to you 10, 12 guys who are champions, sometimes multiple champions. Dirk Nowitzki couldn't guard Rob Parker right now, but he's a champion. Jokic couldn't guard Rob Parker or Kelvin Washington right now. He's a champion. Steph Curry has never been Gary Payton when it comes to the defense. Larry Bird was never, I can go down the line, who were never that great. My point is you have to build around that. So that is exactly what you have to do, knowing these are his shortcomings. Knowing Shaq doesn't build free throws, but I can do this around him. Knowing that this champion here doesn't do this, but I can build around that. That's my job and responsibility as a general manager, to understand your shortcomings, because literally Michael Jordan and maybe peak LeBron, and if you want to say peak Kobe, are like the only perfect guys here or there, meaning everyone has some deficiencies, but you coached around that. I know Shaq can't shoot threes and shoot free throws. So what do I have? Literal spot-up shooters all around him everywhere he's gone. And I have a guard in a Kobe or Dwayne Wade or Penny Hardaway. That's my job. So Luka is never going to be a great defender. What I want is effort. What I want you to be in the best shape. Do the rest of what you do in scoring, and I will build around that because that is not your forte.
It just that whole thing. I'm gonna be honest. Makes no sense. They were in a do-or-die game at home, right? In a chance to did you watch the defense?
Yeah.
Like, this was your chance to make a comeback, to stop that, to win. Nobody expect Minnesota to win in an elimination game in LA.
I agree.
And
I
did you watch
agree.
it? I mean,
I
you
agree.
if you couldn't get up for that game, what are you getting up for next year?
And
it doesn't even make sense.
Rob, to add to it, the problem, and this is why I have issues with LeBron and Luka, but specifically Luka for me, you guys go into the fourth quarter. What were they down, Ian? Were they down one, Ian? Ian ain't paying me no attention. Ian, were they down? I think they were down one starting the fourth, or maybe they're up one. It was like within a 1 or 2 point game. My point is, they showed on the screen during the game the point differential in the fourth quarter. Every game it was +6 for the Timberwolves, +7, +13, +8, and then they go into this fourth saying what's going to happen. And exactly what had happened the previous 4 games is what happened. Were they, the Lakers, you thought would be the ones who could execute. Maybe it was a tight nip and tuck game, but you expected Luka and LeBron and Austin Reeves to execute towards the end. And that's where I'm most disappointed was that they didn't. That's the advantage they were supposed to have. If it's 5 minutes left and it's a plus or minus 4 point game, and I got Luka and LeBron, Rob and I have the conversation. Obviously, the Lakers lose to the Minnesota Timberwolves. And Rob believes, you can go ahead and say it. I want to speak for you, Rob.
Yeah, LeBron should step down, retire, whatever you want to call it. Just call it a career. 2-12 in his last 3 playoff performances. That's a GOAT. That's an all-time great. Like, you don't want to go out like that. The longer you play and the longer you lose, that's what people are going to remember. And I think it's a mistake. There's just nothing here. You don't get better as you get older. And now you got another guy who doesn't play defense. So what are you going to win? You're not going to win a championship. 877-99 on Fox. We got plenty of people want to jump in. We're going to try to get to as many people as possible.
It's a whole list of them.
Tim in Atlanta, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Chili Tim, what's up?
Hey, what's up? How you guys doing?
What's up, Tim?
Good. Kelvin, I've heard you and other people say about adding, people around Luka. Isn't that what Nico Harris did when we got P.J. Washington and Derek Lively and those guys? And he saw, I built the team around him, yet he still didn't play defense. He was a defensive liability against those wings of the Celtics. So it's easy to say build a team around him, but Nico, he did that.
Wait. Chili. You kind of, I feel like you're proving my point. He built that.
No, what I'm saying is you're saying it's easy to do, but I'm saying it's still not going to work because Nico Harris did it, and it didn't work.
Wait, Chili, you're still confusing me. It didn't work, but he got to the finals.
No, they didn't win. They didn't win.
But they didn't win.
Wait. Hold on.
No, it's about winning.
Wait.
It's about
Rob,
winning.
You can yell winning. The Celtics didn't win the first time they went with this consideration. So my point is, hold on, Chili. So my point is, if you put it around him, let's say he never was traded, right? Let's just say, and he stuck with them, and they were grinding, and they said they got to the finals, and they won it this year. My point is, you build around. He got to the finals the year.
But
not
here's
playing
the point,
defense
Kelvin,
like that.
Kelvin, let me tell you this before I go. Here's the point. Nico Harris said, I did it and I saw enough. Basically said, it won't get better. See, he did it, but he said he didn't see the future getting better. He said, I don't see this guy improving. So that's my point.
Chili.
He can do it, but it won't improve.
Chili, did you watch the Timberwolves go at Luka time and time? Almost, they just kept going at him.
Okay, so then trade Steph Curry. Let me ask both of you a question. Chili Tim and Rob Parker, did we not watch for 4 years straight in the finals, the Cavaliers literally pick at Steph Curry? So Steph Curry, go away, retire, it's never going to work?
No. They had to go get Kevin Durant in order to turn that around. Don't forget that.
Right, so what I'm saying, that's my point. Thank you, Chili. So my point is, they literally, Kyrie and LeBron licked their chops for years to go at Steph Curry in the finals. I'm saying there are going to guys who have deficiencies. I'm not denying that. Nobody's expecting Luka to become Ron Artest or Kawhi.
Yes, you are. You talking about he's going to go work out with LeBron in the summer?
No, that's to get in better shape. I didn't say anything about become a defender. Rob. Don't do that.
Jerome in Charleston, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jerome?
Let me just be blunt, okay? LeBron James just drug a damn team to 50-something wins with no damn bench, no damn rim protection, a damn podcaster as his coach, and a white superstar who can't guard a damn statue. Now, you tell me how the hell you supposed to win with that.
I don't know, because everybody picked them to win, and Kelvin on this very radio show kept talking about how good they were defensively and all the bad teams they play. Jerome, when you get in the finals, when you get into playoffs, you're playing better teams, and that's the issue. You can do that during the regular season. You can put makeup on a pig, and everybody think it's great. I never bought into the Lakers, not for 1 minute, even with Luka, never.
Hey, Rob, tell Kevin to carry his ass back to school because he got a lot more learning to do. Thank you.
Well, I feel like he just switched up. Did he just switch? He just switched up. I don't know what he talking about at that point.
Caesar,
it's happy hour. It's happy
Hour
hour somewhere.
Caesar, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up?
What's up, Rob? What's up, Calvin? Enjoying the show. Rob, I just want to remind you that they know that the time is coming that LeBron's going to retire, and that was the origin of the trade to prepare for his departure. I think we forget that the trade made Dallas supposed to be in win now mode because of their
a great
roster.
point.
And we all knew that the Lakers didn't have a center. And even though they did good, we know you're not going to win without a center.
Caesar, please, I want you to be honest. Seriously.
I'm being honest.
No, I want you to be honest. I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to be honest.
Yeah.
You expected them to lose to the Minnesota Timberwolves in 5 games. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm a Bron fanatic, so
I'm asking you, did you expect them to lose to the Minnesota Timberwolves in 5 games? Yes or no?
I'm a Bron fan, so no, I expected him to go crazy.
All right, thank you. Thank you I just want you to be honest. Thank you. Antonio in Miami, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
I don't know what the discussion is here. Calvin, I don't know if Rob's giving you wings under the table just to give him pushback, but there's no discussion. LeBron James, this is all of his. He's got the wrong coach. He can't. JJ Redick can't coach.
Can't coach. That's the podcaster. He can't coach.
Also, Kelvin, Luka Doncic, they have a lot to work with here. He's got a lot to work. This guy can't guard a parking spot at Winn-Dixie at midnight.
Wait, let me ask you this, Antonio. So Luka Doncic can't guard anybody. You knew that a week ago, right?
Yes.
So why are we acting? Nobody. Who in the world said he could defend? Like whoever was like, you woke up and said, you know what?
They thought that you could win despite that.
Right.
This is what Nico Harrison was saying.
And
that's what he said.
And Nico continues to prove my point. He put a team around him. They got to the finals. Now you continue. If you're the Lakers,
he said you can't win.
No,
he didn't talk about getting to the finals. He said winning championship.
And what I'm saying, do you know how many people get to the finals and they don't necessarily win their first time? Let's do another person, Kevin Durant. So my point is, LeBron doesn't win his first time around.
But it ain't because your star player can't guard anybody. My God.
My point is,
how many times are they going to run at him?
Or you put people around him and you run it back. Now, why would I retire as LeBron James when I had 3 months with Luka? Now I get an entire offseason for us to continue to gel, lock in. Rob Pelinka has to continue to earn his keep and build a team around that. But why would I retire if I'm LeBron when I just averaged 24, 8, and 8 or whatever it was?
No, you didn't. Did you watch the fourth quarters, Kelvin? Did you watch the 0 points? He didn't average no 24 points in the fourth quarter.
Well, nobody
he got
did,
tired as he got old, as the games wore on.
Rob,
that's the issue.
There's no way you could watch this entire full what just happened season, and the equation is LeBron should retire. You can be mad at him for he didn't show up, he didn't perform well, or
2-12.
But the idea that he needs to retire is crazy.
2-12. That's LeBron James. 2-12 in his last 3 postseasons. Hey, Bill in Lincoln, California. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah,
What's
first
up,
time
Bill?
called in. Thanks for
Thank
taking my
you.
call.
What's up, Bill?
Yeah, I just want to say the quiet part out loud. I mean, Luka looks overweight. I mean, he looks kind of. I mean, I don't want to say slow, but he looks overweight, and he just dribbles the ball too much. I mean, the offense. It's just his offense is just as much as part of the problem as the defense. It slows the team down. It's too much ISO.
Yeah, and Bill, thank you for the call, Bill. That's why I don't know what part you heard or not. When I mentioned one thing I would love Luka to do is realize him and LeBron. Actually, I'm surprised LeBron, 20-some years, never did more of this. Start at the elbow like Kobe Bryant did, like Tracy McGrady did, like Paul Pierce did. Jordan, start Kawhi Leonard when he was, really in his bag. You don't always have to be 35, 40 feet out. It's okay to start at the elbow and make it easy on yourself because you're an amazing passer, amazing post player. You're going to draw double teams. You don't have to be the orbit of everything, the outside, all the way 40 feet. So that's one thing I would love for him to do more.
All right, the guy who owes me wings for a bet is now calling in. Kevin from Culver City. Kevin, I want you to own up to the bet we had and tell me that I was right and that you were wrong.
God is good.
All the time.
Let me tell you something. Uncle Rob is right. He's right on that point. But you're wrong on this. LeBron should not be retiring. He had a great postseason scoring-wise. He was tired and fatigued in the fourth quarter. Luka Doncic was overweight when he put up all those numbers against Dallas in Dallas when we said, oh, he's on fire. He was overweight when they beat Denver, and he was the best player on the court. He was overweight in OKC when he was scoring.
Did you watch the play? Did you watch this series at all? Did you watch this? Did you watch yesterday?
Series. But look, the Lakers, the bigger problem is the Lakers need to get that help. Is it going to be a Kevin Durant? Do you trade Austin Reeves for a Kevin Durant?
No, you told me you had that Austin Reeves and LeBron and Luka, they were your big three. Everybody crowned Austin Reeves. Are you kidding?
Austin Reeves can't play with Luka Doncic because he's a ball handler himself. He needs the ball in his hands. They need to get a shooter like a Miles Bridges, a Kevin Durant, a Paul George, that type of player who could play off the ball and shoot the ball and play defense. Michael Jordan.
All right, hey, Kevin, when am I getting my wings? That's all I want to know, okay?
And get some rim protection. Nick Richards
yes. I got you. Trey in Texas, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Trey?
All I got to say is Luka waistline, LeBron hairline, Austin Reeves stat line. Stop it!
You were supposed to end it with Timberwolves in 5.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Hey, that was funny. I got to give him that.
That was very good.
That man said,
no doubt. One last
waistline, hairline, stat line, Wolves in 5. That was good.
Christopher in Boulder, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Christopher?
What's up, fellas? Hey, one flaw we have as humans is that we stay too long. We might stay at a job too long.
Yes.
Or an insurance company, whatever. But here's the thing. You really want to see Bobby Brown stumbling off the stage trying to catch his breath at a New Edition tour, or do you want to remember him in his prime? That's my point.
No doubt.
Appreciate
always.
It.
People stay too long.
Ian, I don't know. Ian, I feel like I missed something because I feel like LeBron put up 24 and 8 and 8 or whatever it was. I feel like I missed something, Ian.
I just feel like there's a big gap between being one of the great players in NBA history and needing to retire. Like, he doesn't – it's just because he's not as dominant as he once was doesn't mean that he now needs to retire.
He literally might be third team All-NBA. He got to retire.
Ian, he's 2-12 in the postseason. Did you hear what I said?
No, I get that, but the eye test,
no,
if you're actually
you
watching the games,
that.
he's not.
He's a great player. So you want him to get swept or not make the playoffs?
No, I want Luka to get better.
Luka's not going to get any better. You're getting the best of him. He's the 25-year-old version. He's not going to get better.
Wait. Do you know how many literally superstars got better?
No, I don't know any who were terrible defensively who got better. I don't know any.
Oh, well, then I will gladly name several. And I'm tired of naming them for you. I keep naming them for you. His name is Shaquille O'Neal, Steph Curry, Larry Bird, Dirk Nowitzki. How much more do you want me to name?